Greetings, students, and on behalf of Prof. Jen and I, we want to welcome you to week 6 of Caring Online. This week, we're going to continue our discovery and exploring caregiving. Last week, we watched a video that Erie Chapman had produced called Sacred Work, based upon the book Radical Loving Care, as well as you did reflect on 1 week of your caring journal, and you shared with each other some of the insights that you were gained through that, plus reflected on a few things from the narrated PowerPoint that I had produced. Now, we're going to continue our caregiving unit by focusing in on developing and sustaining a servant's heart. As such, you'll be seeing another video that Erie Chapman produced. It's an excellent video talking about servant-heartedness. So you want to make sure you view that. But in particular, the first thing you're going to do is I want you to go ahead and complete the compassionate fatigue self-test that I've placed in this week's lesson folder. That Prof. Jen and I want you to complete that, and then fill out all the instructions I've given you. You're going to complete the actual survey and then do a 1-paragraph reflection in terms of what you learned in terms of your score as a burnout and your score in compassion fatigue. So very important. I know students have, over the course of the last years, have really indicated that this self-assessment has been very helpful to give them a mirror, help them to see really the extent in which they're experiencing burnout and compassion fatigue. Remember, the biggest barrier and the biggest issue that healthcare practitioners face is compassion fatigue and burnout. And so we don't want that to occur for you. We know that healthcare is a marathon, not a sprint. So this assignment will be very, very helpful for you in terms of being able to assess your own personal levels of stress, compassion fatigue, and burnout. So I want you to do that before you view the narrated PowerPoint that I produced for you called Self-Care and Caregiving Sustaining a Servant's Heart. So please view that after you complete the compassion fatigue self-assessment. Then, of course, you're going to view the video that I mentioned on servant's heart. Then you're going to engage in a threaded discussion, TDF number 3. And I give you the instructions for that in the welcome page. And you're going to engage in another threaded discussion with your teammates. So please follow that very carefully and make sure you complete all of the assignment as instructed so that you can gain the maximum points and have the most enriching discussion together as a team. And you'll note too, we put a copy of the Caring Philosophy paper guidelines in this week's lesson folder, because that's going to give you a heads up on, we're going to ask in 2 weeks at the end of week 8 to be able to have you draft your Caring Philosophy paper in areas on what you believe about self-care, as well as what you believe about caregiving and how all that fits together. And there's instructions and guidelines for you. We're giving it to you now because next week's going to be your midterm. Your midterm exam will be next week, which will help you develop and really articulate, maybe and solidify your philosophy. But then that paper the next week will be what will really help be the culmination of what you've learned and how you have made sense of it all in terms of your own personal philosophy of caring and self-care. So we wanted you to have that. Also, you're going to begin reading, and we want you to read a couple chapters there in Galante, because Galante, after the midterm, we're going to move into our next unit on diversity vulnerability. And with that, Galante will give us the main input for that. So that's the core text for Unit 3. So I think you're really going to enjoy Galante. It's a great book, very practical. So we want you to start reading chapters 1 and 2, and then begin about your service learning project. You're going to be having to earn 6 hours toward that project in the next couple weeks. So after midterm, after you're writing your philosophy paper, we're going to really focus in on your service learning project. So please make sure you've read that, and then think about what are some options that you might want to consider in terms of practicing your self-care and caregiving in a therapeutic way with a servant's heart with those that have most need in your sphere of influence. So that's pretty much it. I did post and we had posted there a Honor Cord Recognition Award information. I thought you might want to know that. I would want you to pursue that to get beyond the 15 hours that's required for your program. And whether it's 15 for associate, 30 for bachelor's, another 15 hours could earn that cord. So you might want to read about that. We encourage you to pursue that. It's a worthy goal and a great award that you could earn on your own. So that should do it for this week. Prof. Jen and I are here for you. If there's anything we can do to assist you in your learning, please don't hesitate to reach out for us and to us. We just want to thank you for all that you're doing. Keep up the great work, and take care, and God bless. Bye now.